All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to another
Hi.
episode of the L3 podcast. With myself, our day's Mike, and it's me, Twan.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into any topics, as usual, we got to talk about what we've been playing and what's been going on. So, anybody who wants to start that off first,
I guess I'll
let
go.
us know what you're playing,
I
what's
mean,
going on.
the usual metaphor. I'm still going through that. But then Sonic X Shadow Generations came out, and that kind of kind of broke out the metaphor a little bit. It was a nice 3 hour ish game. It was a little bit more than that, and I mostly played the Shadow part, right, the new content, and that shit is like so good, like easily the best like Sonic game we've gotten in the past like 10 years, like hands down. Like the level design, just the level of quality in general is just on point. And I still want to get to Black Ops 6, but I just haven't had the time to do that. I mean, it just, like I said, it's metaphor. And even like Sonic is just priorities. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, in metaphor, I'm very close. I'm like in the end game right now. So I'm like very close to
Huh.
beating that. And a little sad, honestly, because, I'm going to feel pretty empty once that game's done. And,
You know what you should
Yeah.
do to make you happy?
well,
Make a video on it with your very successful YouTube channel. You promised us to
yeah,
be like at a
yeah,
trillion
yeah.
subs by
I'll make
now.
a YouTube video with my 10,000 subscribers. Yeah,
I'm supposed to be like a million by now or something.
yeah, should be a million by now.
You definitely should make a
Yeah,
video on it, Twan.
maybe. Yeah.
Fraud.
Yeah.
He is.
Anyways,
Got his ass. Go
but
on.
yeah, I mean, I was actually kind of like pissed how good the Shadow Generations was, because like it just kind of made me think. I'm like, where the hell were these level designers for the past like 13 years? It was just like the shit that we got all this time was just so like it just felt so low quality, and just even Forces was like the levels were like under a minute long. There was like no branching paths. It's just like a whole like it's like they got like a whole separate team to work on this game. Like I was like, where the hell were you guys this whole time? It's just a drastic jump in quality, and I'm just curious where this honestly came from. I don't know, maybe the Sonic movies, maybe they're like the budget's going into that now. I have no idea what's going on, but clearly there's like a huge jump in quality. But I'm all for it. But so yeah, but it's a great game. Yeah, definitely worth the $50 that it costs. So 100%. And yeah, that's about what I've been playing.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Mike, what have you been playing?
I have been playing an insane amount of Dark Tide. It has essentially
Don't,
taken over my life. Quiet. I have no idea what you just said. Sorry.
that game.
Uh, Shut up.
Continue.
I want you to explode. No, but yeah, I've been playing a lot of Dark Tide. That game is genuinely fucking incredible.
Just
Man, will you just be quiet for 5 seconds? Anyways.
I was on my other monitor.
Oh, okay. I thought I got trolled it again. Anyways, it's a great game. I can't stop playing it. It's been a problem. It's been a genuine problem. I can't pull myself away from it to play almost literally like anything like else. I can't. I might go play some Warhammer Inquisitor Martyr. I'm like all in on like Warhammer right now. I've read like I don't even know how many fucking books already in the world, but I've been getting into that sauce, and I'm very much staying in it because that shit is just so fucking good. I can't hear you, Matt.
They said laying in it.
Laying. I don't even know. No, I forgot about that. God, fuck you. All right, freaking hate you. All right, laying. Oh my god, why would you remind me of that? Okay.
It says because it's a good song.
No, it's not. Oh my god, stop.
Yeah,
All right, yeah. So other than that, I started playing a game called Devilated again. I absolutely adore that game. It is a very frantic and fast paced, like very, very frantic, very, very, very fast paced. Like it sometimes kind of catches me off guard and I get a little winded, which is saying something. I really recommend that game. It's great. Other than that, what the hell else have I been playing? There's more. I'm playing Diablo 4.
Have you played the new COD yet?
Oh shit, Jesus Christ! Yeah, I played the new COD. I've had a lot of fun with that. The multiplayer, just like always, and just like classic COD, makes me want to throw myself into like Armageddon. But
Yeah, my friend was like praising the campaign so much. It's like, this is like the best Call of Duty campaign we've gone in a long
I've heard a
time.
lot of people saying it's
Like-
one of the best, like genuinely, and that has me
And this is
more.
this is a friend of mine that usually like shits on COD like every year, and he's like really like behind it. So
Really? Okay,
yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I've been hearing from a lot of people that the multiplayer is just insane. I'm multiplayer, yeah. The campaign just is. I mean, the
Yeah.
multiplayer is definitely insane, but for the wrong reasons. As much as I do enjoy it,
Yeah.
it makes me fucking go insane.
It is.
Yeah, that's it. What
Have
about
you
you, Matt?
played the zombies at all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The zombies is great.
Yeah.
It's just it's fun. Like
Yeah.
that's all I can really say about zombies at this point. It's fun,
Yes.
and that's all I need. Matt, you.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with him. So I've been playing geez, a lot of anything really.
Video games.
Since I mean honestly anything to just kill time until Dragon Age.
Okay.
I beat the Cyberpunk DLC. I got just an absolute. We didn't do a show last week, did we?
I don't think so.
So I didn't get to talk about this, dude. I got, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but I got one of the worst endings I've ever seen. Like, no, not one of. This is the worst ending I've ever seen in a video game, and not like and as in bad writing or in poor characters. Like great
Toast
writing
boy.
and
That's
great
fine.
writing and phenomenal characters. What's up? And but just it was just everything. Like everything was so bad at the end of that game.
It just reminds me of
Like-
my playthrough of Heavy Rain, where I got like the worst ending possible. You know, like fucking the guy like kills himself. You know, like his son dies. This person, you know, like, it was like the shittiest ending I could have possibly gotten. You know, but it wasn't a bad ending, like bad writing wise. It was just a bad ending.
Exactly.
Just, you know, a bunch of fucking terrible shit happened.
No, it's
kind of thing.
garbage, is what you're telling me, Matt.
I'll tell you, my guy, my V in Cyberpunk might as well have killed themselves. Might as well have just full on killed themselves because that would have probably been a happier ending than what happened in my ending. So that's how that went.
What the hell did you do?
Dude, everything was fucked. Everything. It was terrible.
Dude, what the fuck did you do?
I can't stress like Mike, I want to spoil it for you so bad, but I don't want to because I know like there's a possibility that you could make that sequence of decisions when you play, and I want you to have a genuine reaction if that happens.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So
okay.
So like,
all right.
Outside of that, I've been playing Witcher 3 again, just passing time until Dragon Age. I played a little bit of God of War 2018 because I just got that super cheap on Steam off of GG deals. And I'm thinking if I'm missing. Oh, Quantum Break. I've been playing a little bit of Quantum Break. So I'm pretty much all over the spectrum, just waiting for Dragon Age to get here. But God, Call of Duty as well. Which is a topic we'll be talking about Call of Duty a little later in the show. But Ham says Matt hates Metaphor. No, Matt doesn't hate Metaphor. The problem with Metaphor is the fact that I'm not gonna beat it before Dragon Age, and I realized that. So I said, let me get Cyberpunk done because I was close to beating the DLC, and then when I have time in between. Hopefully they don't move Avowed up because I have a feeling they're going to move Avowed up because now Assassin's Creed is coming out the same week. Whatever.
What week's Assassin's Creed coming out?
Well, somewhere on the February.
Same week as Assassin's Creed and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So
I don't know.
Avowed is So I think Avowed is the 14th of February, I think.
Okay.
And then Assassin's Creed, I think, is the 17th. And then Kingdom Come Deliverance is the 11th, I believe. So those, and I want to get all those games at some point. Obviously, Avowed's probably number one on my list. But like, I want to find time in between Indiana Jones and Avowed. And I'm going to allocate that time to Metaphor.
Oh yeah, didn't Indiana Jones previews come out as well recently?
Today,
Previews came
apparently
out.
it's really good.
Yeah.
Or like from what people
Previews
play.
came out. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But I think wait, Ham says Matt deleted Metaphor on all devices. He did it in Xbox twice. I deleted it off Xbox, so I'm not playing it there. I'm playing it on Steam. It's on my Steam Deck and it's on my PC.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah, I think Ham already
so
beat it.
Right.
Ham did beat it. And I was laughing
Mhm.
earlier when you were talking about, like, I think I'm at the end of the game because I was in a party with Ham multiple times and I was on a podcast with Ham last Friday. And he was like, I feel like I'm at the end of it. I feel like I'm at the end of it. And then he wasn't. And
Well,
then he
yeah, that's
wasn't.
just like every
And-
Atlas game, right? Like they always like, oh, this is the final battle, and then there's still another like 40 hours left in the game. You know,
Yeah,
that's usually how
that's
those games go.
and Ham had it rough because he got to the final thing and realized he couldn't do something. And so he loaded a save like 15 days earlier in the game and then had to do all the stuff again to get to that point so he could do the thing.
Oh man.
So he had a fun time with that. McToaster Boy says, I'm definitely here for the COD talks since I'm curious what the opinions are on it. So I think we should get to that first of all, because that's probably one of the bigger things. I mean, it's one of the biggest releases this year. So
Yeah.
probably the biggest. So we'll get to that. We will get to that right now. So Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I'm going to say it up front. I haven't played much of the campaign because I've been so intently focused on the multiplayer that I every time I boot up Call of Duty to do anything, I just play the multiplayer and I can't stop playing it.
Yeah.
So that I mean, that's probably a good thing, I guess you could say, because the multiplayer is very, very.
It's good then, yeah.
Yeah, the multiplayer is very good. It is my favorite multiplayer like my COD multiplayer since God. I know people. I'm probably gonna get flamed for this because I know people hate on the game a lot.
Ghosts.
Ghosts. I
Oh,
love.
yeah, I was
Ghosts
saying that was a
multiplayer.
joke.
I loved Ghost
Oh.
multiplayer. I did.
Well, it had a lot of perks. I'll give it that.
I thought Ghost was a really awesome game.
Yeah.
I think the campaign was kind of
if there's one thing I'll defend about Ghost is I love the extinction mode. I know some people hate that, but I don't care. I thought extinction.
Yeah,
the ending pissed me off of that campaign, and I can't get it. I'll just get upset.
And see, that's the thing. It doesn't. I don't even remember it because it didn't like. It just. That's
like,
not a thing that even stuck with me.
I don't want to even think about it. I'll get upset.
Yeah, let's not make Mike upset.
No, I'm kidding.
So no, I know. So yeah, this is my favorite Call of
You're
Duty.
You're never really a zombies guy, too, right?
Well, I have played. I haven't played zombies since literally Black Ops 1 for the Easter egg with that metal song, which was an awesome song, by the way. But me, Bill, and I think Mike, and I know me, Bill, and Ham have played some zombies on Black Ops 6, and I'll say it's pretty fun. Like zombies isn't my thing, but if I'm playing with a group of friends on this, it's a fun time. Like me, we had a pretty good time playing that. But campaign, I can't really speak too much on the campaign because I haven't played much of it. Maybe like 15, 20 minutes is what I played in the campaign. But I'm loving it. If I had to give it some sort of rating right now, I mean, God, just rating the multiplayer, I guess I'd give it probably a 9 out of 10. I don't know what I would need for it to be a 10 out of 10 because I mean, the last Call of Duty that was a 10 out of 10 for me was probably.
That map sucks. That's what makes it a 9 out of 10.
I don't even. That's the thing. I don't even know the names of the maps. Like I recognize them when I see them.
Yeah.
But I don't know the names.
That's the map. The map. No, it's the fucking. It's the one with the giant cogwheel in the middle. Remember the giant?
Oh, the one in the snow.
No,
yeah, the one in the snow.
Sucks. Like
I don't mind that when we're playing TDM. I like TDM on that map.
That's fair. That's fair.
But that's kind of how I feel about.
But yeah, apparently I think the meta went up, and it's like I think it has like an 82, which is like the highest the COD has had in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it deserves it. It totally deserves it. Nikita Percy, what's up? Appreciate you for stopping by. Ham says Nuketown comes out next week. Yes, I think comes out this week, doesn't it? if I'm
Yeah, I
not
think
mistaken. I'm
wasn't
pretty sure it
that?
comes out this
I'm
weekend.
pretty sure it's November 1st. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's this weekend. I'm pretty sure Friday we'll be getting that. But I'm going to pass it off to somebody else. I know, Twan, you said you haven't played
I have priorities.
much of anything.
I have priorities right now.
Exactly. So
I'll
look it up,
more
man.
Sonic.
While Mike's talking,
Like-
I'll look it up. But Mike, let everyone know what you think about. Oh, I didn't give the rating. I give it a 9 out of 10. I did say that. Go ahead, Mike. Let people know what you think of Call of Duty.
Stinks. No, it's actually really good.
Shut up, Mike.
I don't want to go anymore. Just kidding. I've been really enjoying it. It's been man, shut up. Google the thing. It's been a lot of fun. I've been I mean, other than the times the multiplayer like makes me like borderline close to actually losing my fucking mind. Like when the spawns flip and then it so happens the enemy team is spawned right on the fucking objective, and like that's so fair. Like you're just so happy about that for them, and it's a great time, and you're totally not upset about it. And I'm totally not still upset about it every time it happens. Yeah, but it's been a really fun time. It's actually it has a much stronger start than any COD I played in the recent years in general. Modern Warfare 3 was fun at the start. I'll give it that for sure. But realistically, that was mostly completely on like nostalgia. This at least kind of feels more like I am.
Yeah, MW3 was more like, ooh, the MW2 maps, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And then like there's no Modern Warfare 3 maps if I'm not mistaken. It was such a weird game. Like
yeah.
I know it was supposed to be an expansion.
The thing about MW3 was like it was like they brought back a lot of things that people wanted, like the red dots on the mini map. You had all the MW2 maps. So like it was like the core was there, right? But other than that, it was just like you said, it was a fun start, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. And honestly, it's not like it was a bad game in the end either. I didn't think that at all. I actually relatively enjoyed that game. It was just kind of more like it's just this. There's something about the skill-based matchmaking in that game, dude. I can't take it after a while. And this might even happen with Black Ops 6. I don't know, but like when you have like one or two good games, if you're lucky or whatever, and then you just put into a match with like fucking someone that's like hyped up on like every drug known to man. And they're just fucking lasering people with like a fucking toothpick. You're just like, God fucking damn. Like, why do I bother for this shit?
Especially when you have like a party, it's all over,
Dude, it's fucked. It's fucked. And that's the best way to put it. And, yeah, but it's fun when I'm not getting fucking curb stomped, which actually I'm happy to say I'm decent at the job.
Yeah, Mike, I was about to say, Mike, shut up, because I've not seen you have a bad game.
No, you don't understand.
I've seen you freak out. I've heard you freak out. I've not seen you have a bad game, Mike.
You don't understand, though. I have to win no matter what. You don't know the stress that puts me under.
Oh, I understand, Mike. I've played with you before.
Oh,
I know.
God. It's like why, like I have friends all the time like that. Like I know, and real life. Like we gotta play. I'm like, dude, you gotta give me like a 5-day notice to mentally prepare myself for that game because like casually jumping on Call of Duty does not exist. I go to war. Like
when I go on Call of Duty, all I want is just a care package, and that's it. Because I won.
You're too afraid to get the care package. I still think of that, Twan. I'll never forget that.
Well, what are you gonna forget?
You're too afraid to push the objective. Oh my God, I still think of that. It keeps me up.
Toaster Boy says, "I've seen him have a bad game."
Actually, the games we played, I went positive. Oh wait, no. There was that one game on Derelict where I just threw myself on the objective because it was fucked. I never was so unhappy. But
no,
I've seen him have plenty. I'm just kidding. Actually, he has a few, but I mean, who doesn't? It's Call of Duty.
I always have good games. I'm amazing at that game. The best.
Bill has
Nikita first. He says, "How is everyone? I'm hearing Black Ops 6 is great. I'm doing very good. And Black Ops 6 is great.
Metaphor is also great.
Vort is here. So hello, Vort. Appreciate you for stopping by. Let's see what else. Twan, I know you didn't. Have you played any Call of Duty? Like any at all?
Well, I played Call of Duty before. Remember I played the game.
I mean Black Ops. The release Black Ops 6. The release of the game.
I only played the beta. I didn't play when it actually came out. Like I've not. I only have it download on my Xbox right now. Like I just have the beta. Well, I have the beta, so I don't know how much I need to install, but like I don't know if it just adds on to that.
It's like 120 gigabytes. I would go ahead and just uninstall all the other stuff that isn't Black Ops 6 and then just install Black Ops 6 stuff. Because that's what I
Are
do.
you really gonna play any of the other shit? I'm not.
Dude,
Well,
if you keep all that stuff installed, it's like 300 plus gigabytes.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's kind of nuts. How's Black Ops 6 Zombies? Nikita Percy says the GOAT, or is it a disappointment?
It's great. I think it's awesome, but like it's like at this point, it's kind of like, to me, zombies is just zombies. Like I think a lot of like, I'm not saying there's not ways they can't improve it. Like I definitely think there can be, but like a part of me is just kind of like that super golden era for zombies. To me, I'm not even almost interested in that anymore. I feel like I'm more like chasing a feeling I used to have when I was a teenager more than me enjoying zombies. But that's a me feeling rather than that being an objective truth.
Yeah.
But
there's also you gotta wait for like more of the content to come out as well. Like I heard they're even gonna bring back some of the old maps as well. I believe. I'm not sure if that's actually happening, but I think I heard that's
surprised.
So yeah, it'd be nice. Like I know they brought back a lot of things like the gobblegums and all that kind of shit. And I don't know.
Yeah, gobblegums back.
Like I remember that shit used to confuse me. I was like, I'll just stick with Black Ops 1 because I don't know. I don't know. Like I know a lot of people like that shit, but I don't know. I never really been too much of a fan of the gobblegums. Like
you don't have to do anything with the gobblegum. It's an optional thing.
I know it's optional, but like it's kind of it's there, and then because like the thing I didn't like about
you're here, and I don't.
So now I gotta do it.
Yeah, it's there. It's like a thing, that's just. But because the thing that kind of bothered me about them was you set them up before you start the game. The thing I like about zombies is like every map's kind of designed with all the power ups that they added to it. But like with gobblegums, it's kind of like you add them. It's just sometimes the maps aren't really designed for it, and you have this overpowered gobblegum that I feel like that shouldn't exist in that map. If that makes any sense.
We're just letting you talk, bud. Keep going.
Vic Toaster Boy says it's great. I'm a zombies fan. I love it. Ham says the armor system is pointless. I think if you're gonna have an armor system, you need to start giving out more armor because there's like times in zombies where I'll go like, I don't know, 10 minutes without seeing an armor plate. And it's like, just either get rid of it or give me more armor. You can't just say I have it, but never give me it. That's kind of insane.
It'd be cool if there'd be a way you can like absolutely trigger it to drop. Like there's like some way to do that. Like that'd be kind of cool because like it's weird. Like I'll see times where it's weird. I see tons of armor plates. Like I always see tons of them all over the fucking ground. But it's like but the later I get into the waves, they spawn less frequent, and I'm like, is there something I'm doing? Is it because it is later in the game and they're not just gonna keep spawning? Like, what's the story here?
Yeah. McToasted Boy says I definitely understand what he means by OP.
Because for example, there's this one where you get like I think 10 fire sales like back to back or something stupid like that, and it just I feel like it kind of breaks the balance a little bit. Personally,
I mean, don't they balance it around that though?
No, that's the thing though. Like some maps, like for example, you'll have maps like in the original CoD, like Knock, for example, right? Like the first Knock.
Are you talking about the original CoD or Black Ops 6?
Even like Black Ops 1, I don't know, whoever, for all I know, they could add Notch to Black Ops 6 for all I know, right? But Notch was originally designed with like just the the mystery box and pretty much that's it in mind.
That was it, yeah.
And then then you add gobblegums and perks and all that stuff, and then it's like the map wasn't designed.
No gobblegum in the Nocturne re-release.
Well, I'm saying if they were to re-release it, they'd probably add gobblegums to it. They'd probably have all the bells and whistles the new maps usually have.
And so play the original. I don't understand what this talking point is. I don't get it. I agree. I don't think it's a good addition, that much of an addition. But it's once again, remember the Doom tweet. You control the buttons you press. It's like that's
but the thing about gobblegums is like they really want you to use them because, for example, you go up to them and they say 0 credits, right? So like, oh, well, I might as well take it, and they kind of they try to hook
once again. You control the buttons you press.
But I know, but the thing is though, they know how to hook people. That's the thing,
Because it's a part of the gameplay design. Like I don't know what you're trying.
Because the thing is, if they know that if it costed like 1,000 points or something, be like, I'm not going to bother with it. But 0, they're like, might as well take it. It's a waste if I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Vort,
Matt, your opinion.
Vort says, not to get political, but do you guys like frosted sugar cookies?
Frosted sugar cookies?
That's what he says.
I
Do you
love
like
Yeah.
frosted sugar cookies?
cookies, dude.
I don't know. Like I just have like.
Sugar cookies, all right. I like.
I love frosted sugar cookies, dude.
I'm weird, and I
Oh,
feel like I'm gonna get people are gonna be
let me
disgusted
guess.
with me when I
Ozen
say
rate
this.
meal.
Ozen rate
They're
meal.
fine. Ozen, oatmeal raisin. Did I say Ozen?
You said Ozen rate meal.
Rate
Oh
meal?
man, I haven't had frosted
That's
sugar
what you
cookies in
said.
like.
You said
Rate
Ozen
meal?
rate meal. That's what you said.
Oh God, I'm done with this show. Good night.
Man, I haven't had frosted sugar cookies in like. I haven't had those in ages.
But yeah, oatmeal raisin is my favorite cookie.
Oh my God. Ozen
It is.
rate meal.
I love a good Ozen rate meal cookie.
I'm gonna explode.
All I need is like a nice oven baked chocolate chip cookie, just fresh. You know,
Oh yeah, nice.
Chocolate
and
chip's
fresh,
good.
nice and warm.
Chocolate chips.
it's gotta be nice and fresh. You know, none of that fucking Chips Ahoy garbage. You know, it's like fucking hard and, you know.
If you get Chips Ahoy, you got to get the chewy kind. You can't get the regular ones because they're just like bricks. You're like eating cement. It's gross.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
I love my Ozen.
But yeah.
meals.
Not even I don't know. Like
exactly.
the chewy ones are definitely better, but like you know, nothing beats like a nice oven baked chocolate chip cookie. You know, or even peanut butter
Yeah.
cookies. Peanut butter cookies are pretty good too. If you ever made
I love
those.
peanut butter. Anything. I don't know. Okay.
We're talking about cookies now.
We're talking about cookies on our game podcast, but that is how things go sometimes.
Yeah.
I love any peanut butter, anything though. But yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 seems to be like, I mean,
it seems to be a hit.
but
So
yeah, it seems that people are really, really enjoying
Like
it.
I
I
said,
know I
yeah.
did see I saw, what is it? Steam, like their numbers for Black Ops, like it's the
I
best
think it was like the
numbers Call of
highest
Duty has
peak,
had
the highest peak
since
they had on
a year and a
Steam.
half ago,
Yeah,
which was before Modern Warfare 3.
and that's
Modern-
even this game's even on Game Pass as well. So you gotta keep that in
Exactly.
perspective.
And that's just Steam numbers.
Yeah,
That's not people buying it on Xbox or
playing it on
PlayStation
PC
or even Blizzard's
Yeah.
launcher, which you
Yeah.
know people still do that
How have you been,
occasionally.
Vort? By the way,
Let's
just wanted to ask him.
see here. Okay, let's move into the next thing, which I probably the God, actually, what should we do? Should we go with the Dragon Age stuff, or should we go with the whole Firewalk situation?
I'm
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of more invested on Firewalk, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's
with
pretty
you.
wild. I mean, I think we all
Yeah.
kind of
So
saw
bad
it
for
coming,
them.
honestly.
Yeah, let's go Firewalk. So Sony announced today they are closing down the Concord studio, Firewalk Studios, and permanently, obviously, shutting down the game. So
Yeah.
there's no hope of a revival for this game. And
Unless
there
Bungie
was
picks
for a
it
little
up, I
bit.
guess.
They're Bungie's got their hands full. Bungie's a little bit too busy right now.
But Bungie drops
Yeah.
everything. They cancel a fucking what's the game called that they have making right now?
Yeah, but
They just canceled their game, but now we're full on Concord now. Just you know,
Bungie kills Destiny and Marathon to
Yeah, Marathon,
save
yeah,
Concord.
yeah, just to save Concord.
It's a worthwhile endeavor, says PlayStation CEO Herman Holst. But yeah, this came out today, and this is, I mean, I don't know how many different ways I can say it whenever news like this happens. It just fucking, it stinks.
Yeah.
It stinks. But like, I mean, dude, I remember, and not just me, I remember lots of people saying back in July, I know I said it in July after I played the beta, I was like, this game feels really good. Like, this is a good feeling game. And there's no reason, if it's free to play, that it can't be have at least some level of success and have a pretty decent player base. Obviously, we know what happened. It's not free to play. It's $40.
Doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly, the numbers are terrible on launch. It doesn't get any better. It only gets worse. And then a week and a half later, they kill it. And
that was crazy, man. Like,
yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. And everybody expected. I mean, I fully expected. I don't know about you guys. I fully expected. Oh, they'll just bring it back obviously they'll bring it back because it's this huge investment for them. They
Yeah,
bought the studio, and then they funded the remaining huge part of the game. So it's like, obviously they're not going to just
give
lose
up.
all that money. But, you know, here we are today. They decided to cut
Peace.
they decided to cut the cord on it, and now it
gone.
is officially dead. It is officially
It's
dead.
just
And
crazy. It's just crazy how a game literally released this year and it's already lost
Dead.
media. Isn't that insane? Like,
Yeah,
it's
like,
lost
yeah.
media. You know, like it's not going to be a thing like in like 20 years in the future. It's going to be a game that like, oh, you're almost be like a legend if you actually played it. Almost, I don't know. It's weird. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't
man.
know.
Like,
it's just a piece of media that might even just be completely forgotten. You know, it's I don't know. It's just so.
That's the crazy thing to me, man. This game was supposed to be a big deal. Like, genuinely, PlayStation, Sony, whatever, wanted this shit to be a big deal, man. And like, conquered 2024 to 2024. Yeah, exactly. And it's like this game was gonna get a TV episode, an episode, in that it was a podcast.
Oh my god.
Amazon series. Sony was gonna have like animated shorts for this thing I think it was like what, once a month, or was it once a week or something, for all the characters, for world and lore building.
Yeah,
like, this was supposed to be like their Marvel universe or something. I don't know.
They had a whole like roadmap, everything. Yeah.
It was like, this was not a small endeavor, man. Like, this was just, this was a pretty big deal. This was a lot of time and money put into it. And I feel really bad for the developers, because, I mean, I played that closed beta, open beta, whatever it was, with you, Matt. I thought it played fine. I actually had fun with what I played of it. I thought it was fine.
Same.
But I was like, I don't really think I can drop
$40.
Drop 40, 50, 40. Was it 40 or 50? Yeah, it was 40.
$40.
$40 on this, because I'm like, I don't know how much I'll spend time on this, and not many other people are excited about this game. I'd just be dropping money on something that will eventually die, and it died less than a week later. Or like,
that's a new record.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I was kind of horrified at that. And when they said, Steam, all these updates in the back end, because we all read those articles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Updates happening in the back end.
Yeah.
And like, now the studio's just gone. They're not a sports studio. They're not, being funneled into other positions. They're just gone. Yeah. And that's actually kind of heartbreaking. Just because, I mean, I don't want anyone to lose their fucking job.
I don't even think Sony owed them for that long. It was only like 2 years, 3 years, I think.
Weren't they like not contracting them, but they were like paying all their bills for the game, and they eventually bought them, right? Or did they buy them and then they were working on the game?
I think they were working on this game before Sony bought them. Okay. And that Sony saw this game and saw whatever potential they saw in it, and then that's what made them buy them. So, like, yeah, it's not good, man. And also, like, it's one of those things of like, I don't want to get like super into the whole, because I know people have the whole like thought process of like, well, no one cares if I get laid off at my job. And I'm not here to say that you should like fall to your knees and I'm not saying you should fall to your knees and start crying for these developers that you don't know. Yeah. But it is factually just a shitty situation. It's something that I don't know if we ever know that it could have been fully avoided, but it's one of those things. It could have been lessened, and that's a fact. Like, the easy thing to do with this game would be to make it free to play, because it's competing against free to play games. They didn't do that. They charged a premium, and I know today I was talking on Twitter to our buddy Joe, and me and him back and forth were saying, yeah, the game felt really good. Like, as an FPS game, it's just like it just didn't get the popularity it needed because of the choices they made. And I said, dude, if there was a hero game, like if you told me I had to play a hero game, a hero shooter, it would have been Concord probably. But at $40, it's like, am I going to spend $40 when I don't know if the game is going to be here in a year? Because I think that was my exact quote in July. I don't even know if the game's going to be here in a year. Well, fuck a year. like 3 months, couple like a week and a half.
Mm.
You know,
I just say real
it's
quick, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but I need to. The amount of people that say like, "Oh, I don't." No one cries when I get when I get fired. Like, dude, that's such a fucking shitty thing to say just to show how much you don't care about something. Like, I hate that shit. I really hate when people like, I'm gonna show you how little I care because no one would cry for me. I'm like, dude, that's. I
no, yeah,
don't know,
and
man.
yeah,
It sucked.
I get that. And my whole thought on that is like, dude, it's not even really about me caring individually about the developer. It's just like, dude, there goes another group of people with ideas and shit that we'll never see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Like that's one more group of people eliminated from the equation. It's not good. Like whether you're apathetic towards it or not, it's not a good thing, and it should not be. I don't feel like your thought process towards it should be, whatever.
Mm.
I don't know. That's just me though. But whatever.
Oh boy.
Twan,
Oh,
what are your thoughts
Oh.
on Concord being officially dead? No hope anymore for a comeback.
yeah. I mean, I was even me. Like, I was holding a little bit of hope that they would bring it back as like a free to play game. Like, especially those Steam. Like, we're talking about those Steam updates, right? We're like, okay, yeah, maybe
Mhm.
something is working. You know, on the back end, something's being worked on, right? But no, then this pretty much just confirmed that it's not happening. So I mean, yeah, like you said, it's unfortunate, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure this
Yeah.
is like their only game that they ever worked on as well. I don't think they've worked on anything else, as far as I'm aware. Like,
Yeah, this is their first game.
yeah,
This was their
that's
first game.
that's even more insane. That like you have literally just one shot to make a good game, and if it fails, you're finished. Like, it's just kind of crazy to think about. And even the worst part is the game wasn't even like that bad. You know,
Yeah,
it
it
was
really
just
wasn't.
like like I feel like studios have made much worse games, and they've been totally fine after. Meanwhile, they make like one okay game, and it's over. You know, it's just it's
Yeah.
just crazy. I guess there's just the circumstance and how much money was put into it, but yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just insane to think about like how safe like you got to be with these games, because like if you fail, even if the game's okay, but it just doesn't make the numbers, it's like a game being okay isn't enough, you know? Like it has
Yeah.
to be like, oh, it
Nope.
has to be like a billion seller or some shit like that, you know? It's
That's
just,
the fucking
Yeah.
scary thing, man.
you
Like,
know, like
okay,
you cannot release an okay game. Like it's you know, it's
it's not.
crazy.
That's what I was about to say too. Is
Yeah.
like PlayStation, Xbox. A lot of these companies need to figure out what the fuck they need to do to make
Yeah.
these games be quote unquote actually worth it for them.
Yeah.
Because I really don't know if
Mhm.
they even really know what really is worth it
Yeah.
anymore. And this this fantasy land that a trillion people are going to play your
Yeah.
game is just
Yeah.
not reality. And it's
Yeah. But yeah, there has to be some line, you know? Like,
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be. Oh, Ham says you can release an okay game, but then you got to spend okay money. Exactly.
yeah.
And I think that's a really good point to bring
Mhm.
up is if you're gonna release a game that the reception to it is this is fine,
Yeah.
then somehow you got to know that you need to be spending this is fine money.
Yeah.
You can't be releasing a game that this is okay, but you spent like this is going to be the greatest fucking thing ever kind of money. You
Mhm.
can't be doing that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
But at the
with
same
Concord, I
time,
know
let's say you want to make something unique and you don't know if it's going to work out.
exactly
So it's
that's
like
the risk.
but yeah, you know, it's a big risk, you know. And I don't know,
Yes.
so I don't know. Maybe I guess you just don't fund those projects much. I guess I don't know, but then I guess
Well,
that's why I don't know.
the thing is, I don't think I think the answer to that really kind of what you just said is you don't fund those projects. I think those are projects that happen on the double A level. I think
Yeah.
it's incredibly rare, especially going forward, that projects like that will happen
Hmm.
on a triple A level. I think I, I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's going to be tough to like justify like huge development costs on games where you're like this this is a really big risk, and it's going to either pay off big or it's going to fail big.
Or we're shutting our store. We're shutting our studio.
Exactly.
it's either we're good or it's over.
Exactly. And I mean, looking back earlier or last week, we got the news that Ubisoft shut down the studio that did the new Prince of Persia game.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, not even the AA games are safe, almost.
Exactly, which is like, and I mean, I said it on Bullshit with Ham and them, where like, yo, what were your expectations for that game?
Yeah.
Like, what, like, because they in their whole statement was like, the game didn't meet our expectations. Like, dude, it's a fucking side-scrolling Metroidvania.
Yeah.
What were you expecting it to do?
And it was like $40-$50 a release, I guess.
Like if that game critically successful, by the way, like a very highly rated game.
Like 87, I think I got.
In fact, like I think the highest rated game Ubisoft's released this generation.
Oh
yeah.
So if that didn't meet your expectations, what the fuck were your expectations? Really?
Yeah.
Because that's something that, to me, honestly, like the developer shouldn't be paying for that. That's on you, because you had those expectations. If you think a Metroidvania is going to reach 20 million people, then you're stupid.
Like, not even,
and you shouldn't be running the company.
Like, not even like Metroid, like, the actual, like what the actual genre is like named off of. Like, not even that game does big numbers, and that's like an iconic franchise, and that's usually been a lower seller for Nintendo. So I mean, if you just got, you got to like put your mind in reality, like.
I think of a good example. I think of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, or Ori in general, the Blind Forest and Will of the Wisps. I never, if it were not for Game Pass, I know it kind of sounds off topic, but it's not. If it were not for Game Pass, I would have never played those games, because I wouldn't have gone out of my way to buy that and know that I like it. But
yeah,
it's one of those that's the kind of game that is. Most people aren't going to play that. They're just not. Most people certainly aren't going to buy it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, you got to set your expectations right. And I mean, I guess we can loop that back around to Sony in this case. First of all, you shouldn't have spent the stupid amount of money that you spent on the game. And second of all, your expectations probably should have been a little bit more realistic if you're going to be going up against Overwatch and Valorant and Rainbow Six Siege and like all these other 500, and the new Marvel hero shooter that's coming out, all these 500 hero shooters that are coming out, and somehow you're going to stand out at $40. Why?
On less platforms too, probably.
You got to get your expectations in check, and in the end, it's the obviously we're seeing it's the developer who has to pay for that. So Voice says, listening to this while trying to follow a Minecraft 5x3 piston door tutorial is hard. Oh my god.
Multitasking madness.
Yeah, let the ADHD take over, bud.
Yeah.
Let's see though. I mean, does anyone else have anything to say about this whole Firewalk situation and Concord?
It's just sad.
Yeah,
I think
Sony it just shows you the state of the industry, honestly. Just
this is definitely the state of the industry, but I gotta say, Sony needs to figure out what the fuck is happening with this whole games as a service like push, too, because I don't think any of them outside of Helldivers 2 and I think there's another one.
Well, I guess
that's released or is coming out.
I guess the canceled Uncharted game, not Uncharted.
No, I'm talking about ones that already came out. Like what games are there that are game as a service already came out? Like
the only one I can think of is this and Helldivers, unless I'm missing something.
I might have used my shit then.
Yeah, I think those are the only two.
Yeah,
unless you want to count like Destiny expansions, I guess. I don't know if you want to count.
I mean,
that
that's the nuts thing where it's like they had a Call of Duty like game supposed to be in development. That whole thing got.
I think it was Devotion or something. What was it?
Again? Dude, I don't even. That's the thing. And this is a story of so many other publishers. I don't.
There's like some like ex like Treyarch developers that are working with Sony, and they got canceled.
I don't even know who's making what anymore.
Yeah. Also, I'll say really quickly on the topic of Helldivers is.
Well, I guess there's also All Stars Battle. What was that game called again?
Well, no.
I don't know if that counts.
It's not. Yeah, I guess it counts in the sense that it exists, but That game also. I'm pretty sure didn't the studio also die for that?
I don't even
Am I
think
correct
for
on that?
I don't know. I don't even think Sony owned that studio. I think
Okay,
that was
cool. Well, then
yeah.
hopefully they didn't.
Yeah.
I know the game wasn't successful though.
It was like I think it was like
Even
free on PS Plus, like when it first came out, or something.
yeah, something they probably should have tried with Concord, but is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Helldivers,
and there's
real
all. I
quick.
think I do what game I think you're thinking about. You're probably thinking about the that one Square Enix release, the Foam Stars. You're probably
Foam
thinking about that
Stars?
one because
Oh
that
my
was
god.
because that one only released on PlayStation, but that was from Square Enix though. I think that was probably the one that you were thinking about, Michael.
Probably.
be.
I have no idea.
But yeah, it was like that
Thought-
Splatoon ripoff. Remember?
Oh
Like,
Jesus, yeah, that game. I don't think I was thinking of that in particular. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought they had another one. And I couldn't remember it.
yeah. But that was another
Yeah.
game because they tried
I
to
don't
push
think
that
so.
game with PlayStation Plus. They tried to make that free when it first came out.
Isn't that game canceled now too?
I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
mean,
if it was.
it exists. It's already out there. I don't think it's. I mean,
No,
I
I know. I
don't
mean,
think
like
they're
done.
supporting
I
it.
think pulled the Concord. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're supporting it. I mean, Square Enix is still around, but I don't think they're going to support that game.
I think the game might still be online though. I don't know if it's.
I'm sure it is. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. That would be kind of nuts.
That
But
reminds me of another game actually. The Square Enix actually, like I think it only lasted a year. That was what was that game?
Babylon's Fall.
Babylon's Fall. Yeah, that one. That game
Yeah.
only
Holy
lasted
shit.
for like a year, and it got they took the
Forgot about
servers
that
off.
game.
You can't even play
damn.
that game anymore.
I had like 3 concurrent players at one point.
Yeah,
Just unreal. Like I don't know. Just
man.
crazy.
I don't know, man. It seems like these Sony these PlayStation PC live service games just aren't doing it. I don't know. Seems like these
Yeah.
aren't working out.
Gotta figure something out. They gotta. I mean, it'd be really cool. It'd be so wild if they had like an established IP like Resistance or Killzone or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or even SOCOM, something like that. That'd be really cool if they had an IP like that they could bring back and make multiplayer and people would buy it. But it was I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
just
know.
crazy. It's just
They don't
crazy
have
how
it.
all these recent live service games, like especially the ones that are released on PS5 and PC, just probably some of the biggest like live service disasters in recent memory. Honestly, just crazy to think about.
You know what would be cool? And I said like Resistance, Killzone, and SOCOM doesn't even need to be first party. Remember what they did with what's that PS3 game Mag?
Mag, yeah, Mag.
Holy
Make
shit,
Mag
man.
again.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you could make that game
I was
at a
thinking about
time
that.
where your servers aren't toast. Because I think the
Right.
thing that killed
Yeah.
Mag was that it released and then Sony servers went down for like 3 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
And you couldn't play.
Yep.
So like
Yep.
bring that game back, release it. You've got the servers. People want games to play.
But not only
There
that, but
you
it came
go.
out at a time when people weren't like used to like the whole like what I can't play my game if I'm not online, because like
True.
that was like back when you put in a disc and you'd play it, So I think it caught a lot of people off guard too, just them not being able to play a game if they're offline. So it was a different era, different era, different time period. So, but it was a good game though. It was definitely a pretty good game. Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
it was just
enjoyed it.
like I said, the servers were just ass, right?
The servers, I mean, they were beyond ass. Didn't even work.
That was
so
Yeah.
it was. I was so excited for that game too, and I went to play,
Yeah.
and I was
Dude.
like, nope.
Oh my dude, can I tell you what happened too? So we got that game. I got that game when it came out. Obviously the servers were fucked. And then when the servers finally came back up, we couldn't afford like internet anymore, dude. I was
Yeah.
fucking devastated. It was
Oh, yeah.
I was like I used to remember bringing my like PlayStation like all like the different family members' houses whenever we go to visit them. I'm like, I'm just gonna be going playing Mag in the back room. You don't need me. Like that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next few. And then I realized I'm fucking god awful at that game, and I stopped playing it. That was kind of the order of operations whenever I played that game.
Yeah, I don't think I was very good at that game. I never think I gave it enough time to actually get it.
That's the thing.
But
Yeah, they gotta get like private servers up for that game at the very least if somebody's ever gonna bring that back.
release, PC release, Sony.
This would be pretty cool.
But yeah, moving on to Dragon Age because that's God. I mean, besides this Firewalk stuff, probably some of the biggest drama this whole week. And there's a lot of different ways we could talk about this. I think first we should mention Dragon Age previews or actually reviews, excuse me, are out and pretty glowing reviews. People, I mean, it's one of those games. A lot of people say they love it, and then you got people who are saying, it's a big disappointment. They don't like it. And then there's people who don't like it for legitimate reasons, and then there's also people like Twan was talking about before the show that don't like it for just
Well, they won't like it regardless of the game's quality.
Exactly. Like they've already made their
they've
minds
already
up
decided that they're not going to like it regardless.
Exactly. And I feel like that's something. First of all, I'm excited for the reviews because it is reviewing well. I think, in fact, let me go check on it real quick and see what it's at currently. Dragon Age Veilguard Metacritic is sitting at,
I believe it's 84.
where's my cursor? Oh my god, 2 monitors. Okay, there we go. It's sitting at an 84. It's sitting at an 84 right now, which is great. I think
a pretty good score for the most part.
I think in the party before the night before the reviews released, I think our buddy Bill asked, "What do we think it's going to score?" And I think I said 80 to 85. So I was pretty spot on with that.
Okay, nice.
So I'm looking forward to that.
There's already some people like, oh, it didn't get a 90, it's already a failure or some shit. Like, okay, man.
Which is so goofy.
Like,
what do you want?
I guess you only play masterpieces. We get it,
Yeah, right. I only play games that scored over 90 on Metacritic. I'm just a horrible douche. But yeah, the game looks awesome to me. But then there's the whole drama surrounding this, which Twan hinted at a little bit earlier of there's this whole conversation around this game, this whole quote unquote anti-woke crowd, which by the way, the word woke doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah, it lost its meaning. Yeah, it just lost its
meaning. Yeah, it's gone.
Like the word woke, if you ask somebody today, the person who uses that word in a derogatory way, if you ask them what it means, I'm going to be real with you. It just means there's black people, trans people, or gay people in the game. That's all it means. It has nothing to do with anything outside of that.
Yeah.
So the word
thing.
woke
I hate even being
meaning.
like admitting that because it sounds so like, oh my god, we sound like we're the ones that are making fun. But you realize they're always mad at something, so fuck them.
Yeah.
They're always mad at something.
Yeah.
There was a point in time where I always was kind of like, but I'm not like one of these people that get uber offended about shit. Like I'm like, no, but I'm like, that's the thing though. They're always going to be offended about something because oddly enough, they're exactly what they hate. So it's like,
yes,
I don't know. It's just people are so fucking annoying.
And like and I'm just reading the replies of like reviews, right? That are especially the ones that are positive, and they're all like, "Oh, paid review shills." It's like, can we just stop? Like, clearly they weren't paid. Like, that clearly just doesn't happen. Like, you're just lying to yourself, just saying stuff like that.
You just don't want the game to be good, and you're
just
for
in
validation.
Denial. That's all it really is.
And it's like, dude, if the game's good, the game's good. If you play it or don't play it, that's up to you. But if people are saying the game's good and people are enjoying it, that's the reality.
Yeah.
Like there's no other reality. So you're gonna have to get over that, first of all.
Let's just say if people actually paid for reviews, it'd be very clear. Like, it would
be obvious.
Yeah, it'd be really obvious. Yeah.
And like there's also the whole add on to this whole shit show, the whole thing with Mr. Matty Plays that's going on that we still don't really have a definitive thing on at the moment. But like, if you're not aware, the whole thing with that is Mr. Matty Plays, he released his review the same time everybody else released their review on YouTube. And in his video, people noticed that his created character looks a lot like this created character that was in gameplay leaks from accounts on Twitter that said some pretty not favorable things. And not just against the game, but just pretty shitty things. Racist, homophobic sort of shit that people were saying. And so people were like, why is your character the exact same character that's in those videos? And then I think Mr. Matty Plays put out a statement yesterday saying that he doesn't know what happened. Somebody within his team must have leaked that to somebody else, and then that got out somehow. Who really knows exactly what happened with that? But that's a whole other layer of drama surrounding this whole thing, which is just, I don't know. That whole thing was just confusing to me the more I read about it. But I guess it's good that at least Mr. Many Plays put a statement out. I suppose it's. I don't know, because I don't know. I don't want to get too far into that, but it's one of those things. I know me, Mike, and Ham talked about it like in a party chat yesterday, but it's like I was kind of finding it hard to believe that Mr. Matty Plays was the account leaking it because of the things that they were saying.
Yeah. Like it was like kind of.
It was over the top.
Yeah,
it was like over the top
hateful. Here. Just
it's definitely not repeating on this channel. Yeah. Definitely not doing that. I'm close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm close to 1,000 subscribers. I don't want to start over again. So yeah, it's just, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. And then I'll add to that, like we mentioned earlier, just the whole woke versus anti-woke, this whole nonsense, when it really should just be about, is the game good? Does it look good to you? And if it doesn't, why doesn't it? And if it does, why does it? And then have a conversation. But like the whole extra addition to all this is just, it's just bad.
Yeah, just very really, really bad discourse all around. Like if you're someone that wants to enjoy this game, just don't just don't look at stuff online. Just play the game. Shut yourself off from the internet. And that's it. It kind of reminded me of Starfield, and that whole toxic ass discourse around that game as well when that came up. Just tune out from the internet. Don't listen to what everyone's saying. Play the game. Make your own thoughts. That's it.
Ham said, "Repeat it now, or I report."
Repeat it, yeah. Ham says, "Fucking buddy. Do it."
I'm not saying that on my channel, but
all right, I'll say I'm scared.
You better not. I'm gonna send Mike to the moon here in a second. Oh my god! But yeah, like I for example, I watched it, but while I was watching the launch trailer for Dragon Age Veilguard, and I was enjoying it, I made the mistake of scrolling down, and it's like, dude, every comment is just the worst people you could imagine online. And it's just like, dude, if that's just the people on this video, just imagine what's going on in like Reddit. Or something. I don't know.
Oddly enough, Reddit kind of like, I feel like has had a bit of like a swing into the opposite direction, I'd argue. Probably there are some once again, it's a forum place. So it's like, God knows. But yeah, so
well, I'm excited. I'm excited for Dragon Age Veilguard. I don't know, Twan, I don't think you're too into it.
But I mean, I got priorities right now, so I don't want to even think about other video games until I'm finished Metaphor. I'm not even looking at other video games right now.
Vort's asking, have we listened to Thick of It by KSI? I've only heard the snippets that it's a cringe song. I've only heard the snippets that have been online, and I gotta be honest, Vort, I haven't been urged. I haven't had the urge to seek it out.
I bet. Vort, who do you think we are? That's what I want to know.
Vort,
what do you think you're doing?
Vort thinks I'm 15 years old. Sometimes, and I'm not.
Vort's a 7,000-year-old alien from fucking, I cannot remember what the hell that place is called, from Half-Life, and I played that game a million times.
From Detroit.
Almost like Xenos, but I'm thinking of freaking Warhammer.
It's Detroit, I think.
Detroit, yep. Dude, they might have fucking well be. God damn.
But yeah, Mike, are you excited for Veilguard?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of wasn't until I watched a gameplay clip you sent me. Once again, people play games like they're fucking having like their hands are in the fucking cement mixer or something, because they do things so fucking slow. I'm like, oh cool, look at this cool weapon combo they say they can do, and then they're like, what's gonna show you the menu as we do this? I'm like, how about you just fucking play the game and let me look at the game? but it looks kind of cool.
Yeah,
And I might pick it up. Depends on how much money I can spare. Like I'll wait for your opinions.
yeah. I've already got it pre-ordered, and I know the good thing about like I got it on Xbox and me and him game share, so I'll be playing it there. I know that for you on Steam, and it makes me want to get it on Steam eventually. It is for me Steam Deck verified, which is huge.
Well, I don't
it's
think
a
the
really
Steam
good
Deck would
port
be
too,
handled
right?
though.
What's that?
Isn't it apparently a really good port?
Yeah, like I saw I think I sent you a message earlier today
Digital
from
Foundry.
somebody. Digital Foundry was saying, and I quote, says, "Our Dragon Age of Veilguard coverage begins with a PC tech review." It says this is by some measure, this is the best AAA PC multi-platform release we've seen in a long, long time. So if you're playing it on PC, that is a very good thing to hear because PC ports, multi-platform PC ports, some are good, a lot are pretty terrible. A lot are pretty underbaked. So it's good to see that.
Yeah,
It
have they
is Steam
actually
Deck
ran?
verified.
Have they been? Oh, so did they actually ran on Steam Deck Dragon Age? Like, does it actually run well?
No, I'm saying like I was checking because I'll bring up Steam here, but I was
Yeah.
checking last night and it is on the page Steam Deck verified.
I don't know, man. That
and then
verify thing is like, I don't know. It could be a hit or miss. Like it'll be it's verified. It's like it kind of runs like shit. But then there'll be some games where it's like, oh, it doesn't support it, and I'm like, yeah, this game runs fine on the Steam Deck. You know, I don't even know. Like,
what's funny is I remember because when Remnant 2 launched, it was verified, and I played it on Steam Deck, and it was fine. Like it wasn't, it wasn't 60 FPS certainly, but it was fine. And then all of a sudden, they just said, not only is it not verified, it's not even playable. It's not supported.
yeah.
But then I booted it up, and I was like, it's still the exact same that it was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had one game that was verified, and they're like, "Oh, never mind, it's not verified. It does not work." You know, I had like the freaking, like the cautions, like the symbol on it, like, "Oh, this does not support it." And I played it, I'm like, "Yep, still works as it always did." You know, it just, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Like,
it's weird how that works, but the point I was making is also, Mike, it is DRM free, which unfortunately means there's no preload on the game on PC, but it does mean you're not dealing with the DRM messing up your performance. So
That's good to know.
that's cool. And you, on top of that, obviously you own the game. Once you get it, you own it. It's yours. Which is nice. Ham says Mike's going to pick it up on the Pro.
No.
I think he will.
I'm going to sell my 4080, my 13700K PC for the PS5 Pro.
I mean, it does.
I don't even know if that's going to
perform better than it. I mean,
I don't even know if that's going to get you enough money for it, honestly, Mike.
Yeah, you're
what do
right.
you think you would get for that? Maybe like $500 probably?
Yeah.
Yeah. You need another 500 if you want the special edition
the amount
PS5.
of people, man, that God, I don't want to get into that console. I'm not going to do it. But
he says Mike needs to grab Alan Wake 2 for the Pro for ray tracing at 30 FPS.
Oh, what? To play it at 836p upscale to 4K or whatever the fuck that is?
I saw that, and then, like Digital Foundry was like it's somehow running at lower than low ray tracing settings than on PC, and I'm
fucking
like,
$700 console. Fuck out of here.
Like that's nuts, dude. You could build a fucking $800 PC and run it at higher.
Like I don't understand.
Oh, it's funny. Ugh. It's just it's funny, man. It's interesting. I kind of just for my own sick pleasure, I want to see the release of that console just to see what the discourse is online. I just want to see how people spin that and how people are going to continue to tell me, because I saw somebody say it. I forget who it was, but somebody said it last week. Oh, it's better than a 4070. Oh, I can't wait to see.
How is it? Okay, I need to keep asking these people. How the fuck is it better than just a graphics card? How does that make any sense? How does that work?
Because the graphics card runs the whole thing. It's got
a graphics card, DVD, and that's it. You're
Dude,
set.
that's the thing.
you
It's
know?
people that have no
Yeah.
idea what the fuck they're talking about, and then people that made their whole base, and they know, you know exactly what I'm talking about, pretending he knows what the fuck he's talking about, continually spit shit out of their fucking ass, and then people just keep picking it up and they keep saying the same shit over and over. It's fucking.
Well, I know who you're talking about. Just a really cool guy.
It's a really
A
cool dude that
really
definitely is working for his fucking life to stay relevant. Anyways,
rhymes with C match. Oh, all right.
all right.
But what can you do? And then the final topic is Indiana Jones, because Indiana Jones previews are out. And
PC
Vort
Gamer
says
hates it.
a PC. I'm sure a PC gamer. No, I did see. Hold on, I'm gonna look that up because I did see PC gamers say whatever bullshit they said, which
Yeah.
I don't think they said anything really inflammatory about it. It was
Yeah.
just like, we don't like it kind of thing.
You're like, it's not the adventure that
Dude, they don't
machines
fucking
want.
like anything. I don't care what.
Yeah,
they say
here we go.
anymore.
After 3 hours with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, this is PC Gamer. They say, I don't think
Yeah.
it's the grand adventure Machine
Yeah.
Games is pitching. It's just a fairly basic stealth game, which,
Yeah.
forget this PC Gamer review. But I do want to focus on what they said at the end there. I was fully expecting, obviously not as much action as Wolfenstein, because Wolfenstein's like a whole different fucking ball game, but I was expecting somewhere in between that and I was expecting like first person kind of Uncharted. And I was like, that'll be cool. I'll be interested to check that out. But what I'm hearing today from a few different people who previewed the game is that it takes a lot of inspiration from things like Dishonored and Thief. And when I heard that, oh boy, did I get excited, because I mean, if you know me at all, like
He hates.
I'd probably say Dishonored is, shut up, Mike. I'd probably say Dishonored is
it's the
like
worst game ever.
shut your. All right. It's probably I'd say my second or third favorite franchise. Dishonored 1, 2, Death of the Outsider, even the DLCs for Dishonored 1 are really, really good. And I love that style of game. So hearing that this bears any resemblance to Dishonored in a time when we don't know when or if we will ever see Dishonored again makes me happy. Makes me very happy to hear that. On top of that, the previews do seem to be pretty favorable for the most part, which is nice to see. But what do you guys think? Does this make you any more or less excited? Positive previews, do they make you any more or less excited for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle?
I mean, it's great to know that people are liking the game. That's always nice to hear, right? Because at the end of the day, we get excited for a game, but at the end of the day, we haven't played it. We don't know what it plays like, so we can't really say much, right? So we have to rely on what these people think because they've actually played it, And it's good to see that it's positive so far. That's a nice, it's always nice to hear. And I mean, like I said, it's really hard for me to focus on other games right now with Metaphor out. It's like, but I mean, once I'm done that game, I might actually consider trying out Indiana Jones though, if I do have some free time. Especially if it does get received pretty well and people actually like and they say it's a banger, then yeah, I'll try it out. Why not? I mean, I'm not like that big of an Indiana Jones guy, I'm not really that big of a fan of the actual intellectual property. So
Same here, honestly.
Yeah, so it's just the game has to be a quality game, and I'll try it if it's a good game, So
yeah,
that's all it comes down to me.
I mean, yeah, that's all I need is for it to be a good game. Like I think a good example of that is I don't care about the Guardians of the Galaxy as an IP. I really don't care about it, but that game. The Guardians of the Galaxy game is so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably good. Ham, I need you to just shut up in the chat there, but
I agree with what he said.
No, you don't. No, you don't. And neither does Swan, and neither do I. We don't agree with that. We don't agree with that sort of rhetoric around here, buddy. But yeah, I mean, I'm pumped for it. Mike, what do you think about Indiana Jones? Are you more or less excited after the previews? How are you
I
feeling?
mean, I hope it's good. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of like I'm excited because it's a new first party game. It seemingly is going to be good. Always happy to play something new, but I feel like I'm not excited about things like I really traditionally am anymore. I can't really think of the last thing I was uber excited. Maybe Space Marine. Man, I could say Space Marines too. I was, but at the same time, it was kind of like realistic type hype. I wasn't like losing sleep. I wasn't thinking about it all the time. I'm excited for Doom: The Dark Ages, but I'm also kind of like, you know, I'll see it when I see it. I'll play it when I play it, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Even with that, like, I mean, I have fucking.
At the end of the day, we have big ass backlogs, right? We will never run out of things to play at the end of the day.
It's weird. It's not like, oh, gaming's so boring now. Like, I'm playing so
Yeah.
many games more so than I ever had, like, in a very long time. I do not mean that in that way, but it's like, I don't know, for some reason I kind of sometimes get a bit fatigued, not like of the games themselves. It's just kind of like,
Yeah, you can only play video games for so long, as you know.
like, it's weird. Like, I get excited. Like, I have like a lot. I see a lot of things coming out that look really cool, and I can't wait to see what they are or how they turn out. But it's also kind of like I sometimes become really indifferent at times for the future of games and or what's coming out. It's weird. It's a weird place to be in.
Gotcha. Well, I am ecstatic. I am thrilled. Um, Vort says it's so sad to see Elder Leon's chapter and watch these. Okay, but okay.
What do you say?
I don't know. McToaster Boy says there are so many games, it's kind of overwhelming.
True.
And yeah, I guess you could definitely say that too. There's a lot of stuff releasing at the end of this year. I mean,
Some people say this is a slow year. Meanwhile, this has been my
no, it's
year.
not.
This has been my year. Like
It is
I got
not a slow year.
Astrobot, I got Metaphor, I got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I got fucking like it's a lot of shit, man. Like
Dude, in the
Sonic X Shadow.
last
We got a good Sonic game in the past 10 years. Finally, we finally got like an actual like really good Sonic game.
I thought the last one they released was good. I swear to God,
Like
I swear
Frontiers.
this fan base changes its mind every other day.
Nah,
It kills
man,
me.
Frontiers for me was always kind of a bit mixed on Frontiers. Honestly, I was like, it was a step in the right direction, but like it was like I said, the quality just wasn't there for me. But like this game is like, they finally. It's like this is like if this is what they continue to put out, I'd be more than satisfied with the franchise. So
Dude, up to this point, this year has been amazing. Let alone the fact that, I mean, just for me personally, in the next 6 weeks, like I'm getting three of my most anticipated games. So I go Dragon Age, Stalker 2, which I is
I
my
love
is my
Stalker
most
too.
anticipated game. It is without a doubt my most anticipated game the rest of the year. And then Indiana Jones. And then next year is going to be even better because dude, if we end up getting Doom, The Dark Ages, and Fable, and then Avowed, and then you get Kingdom Come Deliverance 2,
Also,
dude,
Metroid.
yeah, Metroid, dude,
Oh yeah, Mario
Metroid
and
Prime
Luigi
4,
Brothership comes out like
fuck,
next
Fucking
week as
gives a shit
well.
on that.
no, I'm kidding. I take that.
Yeah.
Mario the Brother Religion
Mario and
Brothership. Fucking
Luigi. Mario and Luigi
500
Brothership.
letters.
Mario
Kidding.
on his 17 millionth adventure.
Yeah, of the year.
That's a Mario and
Exactly.
Luigi game. Mario and Luigi.
The
Mario.
fuck's
Okay,
different from the
excuse me.
other one?
Mario and Luigi's 15 millionth adventure.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You guys don't get it, man.
I don't.
You folk just don't get it. If anyone knows that commercial I'm referencing, you're the best. All right.
I either sadly or gladly wasn't raised on Nintendo, depending on how you look at it. So
Raised
That's why you don't play quality games,
do you? Ham says Metaphor is game of the year, and it's killing Matt.
Yeah, I know, right? He's like punching the air right now.
If Metaphor wins game of the year, I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's great, honestly. If Metaphor wins game of the year, it says Matt better buy a suitcase full of diapers for the Game Awards. Why? Why do I need that, Ham? Because I'll tell you what. I honestly I hope Metaphor does win it. If it can't be Stalker, then I hope it's Metaphor.
Well, as of right now, I think the Gotti is like it's either Metaphor or Astrobot. It's like a rock paper scissors between those two at this point for me. And I wouldn't be I'd be happy if either one, because like I'd love if Asher bought one, and I'd also be like really happy if Metaphor won. So it's like I feel like I'm gonna win regardless. So I think I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the Gotti this year.
I'd be devastated if Asher. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Because especially if Astrobot does win it, then that just kind of sends a message to Sony too, you know. So I think it'd be a big W.
Make it a live service game.
Yes, I was about to say Sony makes it a $500 million live service game.
Astrobot,
yeah. They price it full price, $70.
It's an Astrobot hero shooter.
Yeah, there you go. Astrobot hero shooter, but the heroes are PlayStation. Oh my god! But the heroes are PlayStation mascots.
Ah man, that's how they'll do it.
There you go, Twan. That's easy. They're gonna sell hundreds of millions of copies of that. Ham says Concord will get nominated for sure. No, it won't.
Yeah,
I don't think
Concord nominated for like best ongoing game.
I don't think it's insane for me to say this. I think it's kind of obvious. I don't expect Concord even gets mentioned. I don't expect Firewalk even gets mentioned, outside of maybe like someone comes up on stage and says, "Oh, we got to think about the studios that got shut down." This outside of that, there's no way that
something. I don't know. Yeah. Because I mean, that's a thing. Like, I feel like a lot of studios got shut down this year. When I think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, Tango, they just crawled out
Tango
of
barely survived.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly a miracle that they managed to get it out of that situation. Honestly, but I mean, Arcane
barely survived without their IP.
Yeah.
Outside of Hi-Fi, they got Hi-Fi Rush, and then
that's it. I think.
Which is weird because it's like, why does Microsoft have Evil Within? I mean, unless they plan to do something, which is like, do they plan to do something with Evil Within? Like, why do you still have
get Rare to make an Evil Within game?
Get Rare. Just contract Tango to do it.
Yeah, contract. Dude, I'll fucking freak the fuck out. They do some shit like that, dude. They just go back to doing what made them successful back in before 2013, which was just like contracting people instead of burning the bridge this time. Microsoft, treat them like people.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then what else was there? Yeah, it was a good thing that they did what they did with Toys for Bob. It would have been a shame if they shut them down. Because
the whole Toys for Bob situation. I mean,
I feel like they handled that
because that was really good.
Yeah, at least they handled that one pretty well for the most part.
That was good because I feel like that's a studio that's like, dude. I mean, I don't want to see any studio get killed, but it's like if you killed Toys for Bob, like if your first order of business, as after getting that acquisition to go through is to, hey, we're gonna kill Toys for Bob.
Yeah, so it's like, what are you even doing at this point?
It's like that's not a great look. That's not a good look at that point. Ham says, "Let's go, fair games." All right, yeah, we need to get up out of here because because Ham's saying shit in the chat that just doesn't make sense, quite frankly. And we're just talking about the goddamn Game Awards. But that was the show for this week. Before we get out of here, though.
Well, there is one thing I want to talk about. That was actually
Ham said
big news, though. But I don't think you guys will even give a shit about it. So I don't even know if I should say it.
I'll let you know. What is it?
So Xenoblade X got announced for a Switch port. So that was like one of the last.
Yeah, Matt, this gameplay. I'm just kidding. Go on. I don't know.
But it's a big deal, though. I mean, it's like one of the last final Wii U games that did not get ported to the thing.
Call the ambulance.
Yeah, I mean that was a big deal for a lot of people. So I mean, it made big news. It was actually just crazy how Nintendo announced it. They just kind of they just made a tweet on a Tuesday morning. People just started freaking out about it. It was like no direct, no nothing. They're just, here we go. Here's an announcement.
Nintendo fans freak out a lot.
Yeah,
they do.
That's good. I'm happy for you, Twan.
I don't even know if I'm gonna get it, honestly. I mean, I already played the game. But...
Oh my god! All right, yeah, this gameplay.
But the gameplay. Ham said earlier, I need to switch back to OBS, and yeah, I mean, OBS handled gameplay way better than SteamYard does.
Yeah.
StreamYard. What am I saying?
Streamlabs?
Yeah.
StreamYard. Fuck. God damn. What the hell's the name of this thing? StreamYard.
It's Steam Labs. It's Steam
StreamYard.
Labs Tube.
Oh.
It's Steam Tube.
I'm dissociating. I need water and to go take a piss.
Let's get up out of here. Mike, you're gonna start us off, buddy.
You can find me here whenever day we decide to do the L3R3 podcast.
Let them know what you're playing, how you're doing.
Well, no, don't gaslight me thinking it's just starting because it'll work. You can find me whenever we do this show, and yeah, that's it. I'm fucking tired. I'm so tired.
And you can find them whenever we do our other show. That's secret. But what about you, Twan?
Yeah, you can find me on Monday or Tuesday whenever we decide to do the show. I mean, I guess it's whatever, but
it'll be Monday. This was just if nothing happened, like if this was kind of a boring news day, wouldn't have done this. Would not have done this. We just waited till next Monday.
But yeah, you can find me on Twitter. I got my YouTube channel, 10,000 subscribers. You can check that out. So yeah, that's it.
Lot Lizard.
Oh my Christ! Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here. Okay, look for Twan. Twan's channel's in the description below. Look for that. He's gonna release a video soon. Soon, hopefully.
Yeah, what if I was just working on one video this past like 2 years and it's just a fucking banger ass like
Twan releases it's the greatest video YouTube's ever seen.
Like 7 hours.
I'd be happy if it at least comes out.
Yeah.
It does 2 billion views.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Gangnam Style.
Like, I was watching it, there's like fucking tears like going out of their eyes, it's just amazing.
It's literally just Mario 64.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And then for me, you can find me here every week, obviously. Videos every week, and then a podcast. I mean, 2 podcasts a week. Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Usually this podcast, but today we did it on Tuesday. And then Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a 2-player podcast with myself and Ham Solo, who is in the chat right now, just saying nonsense. And then, yeah, that's where you can find me. You can also find me on Ham and Loke's channel, TSWS Gaming. Again, that channel is in the chat right here, saying nonsense once more time. But you can find me there Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern for bullsitting.
Thank you, Toaster
and
Boy.
That is where you can find me. Wait, what's up?
Thank you, Toaster Boy.
Yeah, appreciate you for stopping by, Toaster Boy. It's very much appreciated. But we're going to get up out of here. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.